Chapter 16. Lian. I instinctively scramble away from the direwolf. It's the massive one with the white spot on her face. She's the same direwolf I talked to. She who can speak to all, she howls. I come to ask you to kill the demichads. I gasp in bafflement. This is real and the direwolf is serious. I don't understand. How could I possibly kill the demichads? I've been following you since the day we met. The demichads are back. You talked to the early riser. Did she follow me for almost a month? How much did she see? Why didn't you approach me until now? I frown at the surreality of it all. You were with other humans all the time. Humans are not to be trusted, she says matter-of-factly. Yet I'm human too. The demichads are a plague. They eat all mammals in their way, leave nothing. We barely survived their last attack. Most of us were eaten, and many of those who were not eaten were left with nothing to hunt and starved to death. It was a desperate time for all predators, but especially those who, unlike humans, only eat prey. Daton told me that after the demichads attacked, direwolves and other predators attacked humans on Amada more frequently. I'm afraid I have absolutely no idea how the demichads can be killed, I tell her. I don't even know how I can understand her and why, or where I can go now that I've woken up. People seem to be trying to kill me everywhere I go. Daton and I planned to warn the Mongans about the demichads, but now he's gone, and I don't know how to do any of this. I know where you can find answers. I will take you to the fungi. I frown in confusion. Fungus? Like mushrooms? But then she turns to leave without another word. This direwolf was true to her word the last time we met. Her pack did not harm us. So I follow her. We walk silently for several hours. My face and chest throb from yesterday's beating, and my mouth feels swollen. The dark mountains of doom loom on our left as we walk northeast. The direwolf leads me into the thickest woods I have ever seen. We walk through enormous ficus trees. The trunks are vast here, and the canopy is dense, so dense that sunlight can barely penetrate. It's no more light than dusk, and heavy mists curl between the trunks and my legs. The woods feel ancient and present, as if there is a being that watches me. The hair on the back of my neck stands up. The direwolf stops. You were serious about the mushrooms? I frown at the ground. It is packed with different types of fungi. Some have bright red caps adorned with white spots, some with green tinted caps and white stems and gills, and some with red bodies shaped like sea corals. The direwolf tilts her head as if trying to make sense of my humor. The fungi consume everything in Amada. They nurture all that grows in it. They keep all living beings' knowledge. So here lies the answer to how to defeat the demichads. Even if what she says is true, how do I get answers from them? Am I supposed to eat one? I ask the direwolf. They are poisonous. Eat them and you die. You need to lie down. They will pull you to their roots if they want to give you your answers. To the roots? Underground? I don't like the sound of that. What if they don't want to give me answers? I look at the fungi gingerly. Then they will kill you. I'm not sure if her tone is unchanged because she's a direwolf or because she just doesn't care. Sounds like there are a lot of ways for me to die here. And even if they don't kill me, I'm not sure I want to be pulled to their roots, whatever that means. But what else is there to do? And there has to be a reason I can understand the direwolves and the demichads. There must be a bigger picture, right? I sigh and lie on the ground, not entirely sure why. I wait for about an hour, but nothing happens. It's not working, I say to the direwolf. You have the patience of a day-born pup, she replies. She is located a foot away from me. She sits on her haunches there and has since I lay down. It has been at least an hour, I mutter to myself. I'm getting scolded by animals now. The sun sets and I still lay on the ground. I'm getting cold, hungry, and thirsty, and I have a growing need to pee. It doesn't help that my face is swollen from Ashar's kicks. My nose and jaw are broken. I need to find porridge eggs if I want to fix it instead of just lying here in this eerie forest. The direwolf doesn't leave her spot. I decide to try to sleep. When morning comes, I will leave. This mushroom thing is getting ridiculous. I close my eyes, but sleep never comes. The night gets deeper. I hear the crickets calling their mates and the owls searching for prey. I feel something crawling around me, and I open my eyes abruptly, trying to get up. But my body is already attached to the ground, with long fungi stems roping around me. Panic washes over me. I feel trapped, without control over my body. I lay here for hours, but I was so skeptical about the entire thing that it didn't really frighten me. I'm frightened now. The fungi keep growing around me, covering my abdomen, my chest, and at the end, my face. They will suffocate me to death, and I can do nothing to stop it. I think of Lian. Is this how it felt for her to die? I try to pull my hands, but in vain. My mouth and nostrils are covered with dirt, and I can't breathe. Then I'm strongly pulled with massive power deeper and deeper underground. I see nothing, only feel that pull and the dirt pressing against me. Inhale, Lian. A metallic voice commands me. But how can I possibly breathe down here when dirt covers me? Inhale or die, says the metallic voice. There is no urgency to it or anger, no feelings whatsoever. My lungs burn, and I realize that if I do not breathe, I will die. I inhale through my nose and am surprised when there's no dirt in my nostrils. Instead, fresh air fills me, but I don't understand where it comes from. I open my eyes and am surprised to find I can see. I'm in a placenta of some sort, filled with warm fluid. I'm floating inside it. But it's not water. It feels denser and oilier. There's something stringy attached to my nostrils, and air flows through it. I can see the soil around it and the dense roots. They are everywhere. They glow purple in the dark, like the placenta I'm in. I feel warm and protected. It reminds me of being cuddled as a child with my mother. I want to stay this way forever. Welcome to the heart of Amada, Lian. We have waited for you, says the metallic voice, and the fungi answer all my questions but one. Why me? Amada spits me out of her with great force. I have quite an ascent to the ground's surface. My body aches from the collision with the ground, but my teeth are no longer broken or missing. My jaw and nose are healed, and so are all the rest of the bruises inflicted by Ashar. My eyes struggle to adjust to the light after all that darkness. Every fiber in my body cries in protest from being pulled out of the protective placenta. My mind is overwhelmed with all I have learned from Amada, and the things that are expected of me, and all the things I no longer desire. So long I wandered without knowing my destination, without knowing my end. Not only for the last weeks, but for the past 9 years, perhaps my entire life. And now I've learned it only to realize I was deemed unworthy. The weight of the world was laid upon me. I don't understand why I, of all people, would be given such responsibility, or how I am supposed to achieve the change I was guided to create. But Amada spoke to me, told me everything about what I was expected to do, and then punished me with the promise of hiding herself from me from now on and made it all even more impossible. There is more than one god, and once, the goddess was their queen. I don't know why Amada disengaged from the goddess. A rift formed between them, and Amada does not want to be worshipped as the goddess craves. Amada wants only her harmony, because here, Amada is life and death. The fungi are her emissaries, her archive, and her executors. And if we do not stop flooding her with our blood, she will kill all of us the day after the solar eclipse, 2 months from now. She's had enough of our blood, of our destruction. She is a mother threatening to punish her child, but the punishment is not of a motherly nature. What mother threatens to kill her child? The demichads have not attacked yet. She keeps them at bay. She will unleash them on us a day after the solar eclipse. And if I fail, there will be no survivors, no pure souls, and no Mongans, no mammals. So yes, it would be a tremendous understatement to say I am overwhelmed. When I get up, the direwolf waits for me. She howls to me, but I can no longer understand her. She tilts her head to the side, observing me, realizing that ability is lost for me now. Time was strange while I was in that placenta underground. Slower, in a way, so what Amada had to tell me took far longer than a human conversation. Instead of a few hours, I spent a week in that placenta, as Amada informed me. I can't waste more time. I need to save Daton before they kill him. He is crucial to the path Amada has spun. I will fight for him despite his betrayal. I will not fight for him because of how I feel for him. No, it is only Amada's instruction that set me in motion. I will act to save Amadans. And he has a part to play, a distance to walk on the path Amada has spun. At least that's what I prefer to think. I don't ponder the apprehension the mere thought that any harm will happen to him awakes in me. He made his choice. He left. It will take me too long to reach the swamps. I groan in frustration. His trial will be in the evening. I'll never be able to get there in time. The direwolf suddenly squats to allow me to climb her. I don't know how she knows where I need to go. I'm not sure even if she does. She is not a horse or a dog. She will never be housebroken. And yet her faith in Amada is so great she is willing to let me ride her. Words of thanks, of awe even, die in my throat. I grab the loose skin behind her neck and straddle her, my fingers buried in her gray fur. She starts to run. My weight barely slows her massive body. I feel her strong muscles beneath my thighs. The wind whips my hair back, whooshing in my ears. She runs at the same pace for hours and only stops at the sight of hanging bodies. The entrance to the Mongan territory. Even with my heart bleeding from Daton's abandonment, I know he will never intentionally harm me. But he is the only Mongan I can say that of, and I am to enter their territory. The dangling corpses at the entrance of the camps are a blunt reminder of that. There is no power or weapon in my hands except my knowledge of their language, as he taught me, and a small knife he gave me. Daton is charged with treason, and the penalty is death. That they would go to that extent with him says a lot about their cruelty. They have been tormented and abused in ways beyond forgiveness. Maybe it changed them all, as it changed Daton. Or perhaps they were like this all along. They have chosen retribution and revenge as their path. It is a dead end. One doesn't need Amada's wisdom to see it. Killing Ashar and his men gave me that lesson firsthand. I get off the direwolf, and she runs into the darkness without even a glance. I know I will never see her again. I didn't thank her. I didn't even ask if she had a name while I still could. But then those are my needs, not hers. I face the hanging corpses. Their stench is revolting. There are 5 of them. I think they are 2 females and 3 males, but it is hard to tell in this light and with their state, rotting and half-eaten. They are naked, and in a way, that of all makes it the hardest. They were stripped of their dignity, of their humanity. Is Daton the one responsible for this? If not for them, he is responsible for others. Witnessing the brutality he had told me about in his own words struck me hard. Some of them have blue hair, some red. Renyans and Aldonians. I want to take them down and bury them. Whatever crime they committed, and from what I've learned, their crime may be unforgivable. Leaving them like this is not right. I look at the camp before me. Daton won't be able to save me tonight, and I might end up right here, hanged, naked, for the vultures to eat me. Amada will not protect me any longer. She was brutally clear about it. She didn't appreciate me using her to kill Ashar. She didn't choose me to honor and protect me. She chose me to serve her, and she will kill for me no more. I enter the camp at dusk, but the air of the swamp is still warm and thick. The smell is as bad as I remember. The camp looks abandoned, except for the behemoths and some goats I spot. There are no Mongans to be seen. This is the first I get to observe the camp. The last time I was here, I remained in the tent the whole time and then followed Daton quickly out in the middle of the night. It is violently bare. No flowers, no decor. Small tents like the one I slept in are laid out in circles. In some circles there are 5 tents, while in others there are 10. In the center of each circle, there is a fire pit and some cookware. There is no fire in the fire pits, but I hear speech and some shouts in the distance, so I know there are Mongans here. I follow the chatter until I reach a large circle with a big tent at its center. Children of all ages run and play outside the tent. They look so out of place in this camp, where corpses dangle at its entrance. The children shout and jump and run with pure mirth. Their clothes are raggedy and their feet are bare. Some are no more than toddlers. There is not one adult in sight. Soon enough, some of them notice me and they gather around. They talk excitedly about me and my appearance, not knowing I understand them or just not concerned with it. One of the girls twirls my shirt. I'm still dressed in the Aldonian uniform Daton gave me. However, you can hardly identify it as such in its current dirty state. I look as undone as I feel. My hair is a mess and my face is smudged with grime. An older boy comes and gently pulls the girl away from me and shushes the other kids. Unlike them, he seems old enough to be wary of me, even though he can't be more than 10. His obsidian black eyes are focused on the ground as he waits for me to follow him without a word. He leads me to the entrance of the largest tent in the camp. Even with the heavy fabric of the tent that muffles the voices from inside, I can hear rowdy shouts. I glance at the boy. He looks at me gingerly, but when I fail to move, he nods in encouragement toward the tent entrance. I gnaw on my lower lip as I try to work up my courage to walk inside. I hope this isn't the dumbest thing I've ever done.